Visiting spectacular Mount Shasta in Northern California. We started at the old Ski Bowl trailhead. There's other trailheads that are more commonly used to climb the mountain, but this one you can drive further up in the mountain than anywhere else. You can drive up to around 8,000 feet elevation, and the top of the mountain is 14,179 feet. They call it the old ski bowl because years ago there used to be a big ski bowl and chairlift that went pretty far up the mountain. I skied there many years ago on a cold, windy day, very windy, and but that why it's not there anymore is there was a big avalanche came one day and just took out the chairlifts and took out most of the resort. And they decided not to build there again to keep it natural and wild. They built another ski resort lower in another part of the mountain. This serves the purpose well. It's not so high up. In the winter, they plow partway up the mountain, not this far, but people can cross-country ski or snowshoe, or still go winter climbing in the middle of winter. So we parked here, and then we walked up a ways further. We didn't walk all the way up. Nowadays, you need to get a permit to climb the mountain and bring a bag if you're going to poop and stuff. It's different in the old days, because I climbed it years ago when there weren't as many people. Now it's so popular, it's just different. From the trailhead, there's great views. There's a big parking area there. And you can see Mount Shasta. There's some things in the lower part. It's not as much snow as usual. Usually there's a lot more snow. So if you want to climb, you would want to have an ice axe and crampons and stuff like that. And you can look down at the other parking areas, because later we're going to go to Panther Meadows and you park further down below for that. Mount Shasta just stands out from a long ways traveling in Northern California. It's just the tallest thing around. Part of the area that's not, you don't park in, but it's all level. There's a large stone maze that somebody built. Then we drove down a tiny bit and parked to go to Upper Panther Meadows. It's an amazingly beautiful place to hang out. There's springs coming out, so there's lots of wildflowers blooming all over. There is a campground at Lower Panther Meadows. That gets filled up pretty much ahead of time, so they limit how long you can stay there. But this is the way I like to go, because you get to the upper part where there's more fresh water running. They do ask you to stay on the trail though, because a lot of the ground at the high elevation is very fragile. There's some plants that if you step on them, you may set them back 200 years of their growth cycle. So you want to leave the plants alone and stay on the trail. This is actually a pretty dry year up there this year. A lot of years the road isn't even open until later than this. This is where the spring is, where the water comes out of the ground. And it used to be a lot more water at times. And all those wildflowers you see are nourished by the spring. There was someone playing guitar there. I'm enjoying the day also. flat trailhead is a little below the trailhead we were at, and they plow the road till there in the middle of winter so you can come up and play in the snow and stuff. And most people climb the mountains starting from this spot. Now we are heading down towards the city of Mount Shasta. It has a population of about 3,250 people. Its elevation is around 3,600 feet. Instead of going right into the town and looking at buildings, we're going to go right to the city park, where there is a spring that comes out of Mount Shasta. This is the headwaters to the Sacramento River. The water that comes out lands on the mountain around 8,000 feet, and through the course of 50 years makes it to here. So it's pretty well filtered water. People come here to gather water that comes out of the mountain. More of the city park. Just below where the water comes out of the mountain, there's a little bridge you can cross and see the water where there's a lot less people. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video.